Behind this suit and away from this boardroom lies a man with a serious obsession.
I love creating great golf courses. I love shaping Earth. It's a canvas.
Now, the mogul who made his mark in the Big Apple is going coast to coast and around the world, developing his golf empire.
I don't want that. I want it to go right down the center. See? I don't want to see like that. All right?
And he's inviting a few of his friends to join him along the way.
That's a whack one.
It's Donald Trump like you've never seen him before.
Back here.
And the mission is clear, taking over the golf world, 18 holes at a time.
Get it done and don't spend a lot.
It's all next on Donald J. Trump's Fabulous World of Golf. In just 3 weeks' time, Donald Trump will make his return visit here to Aberdeen, Scotland, the site of his biggest and boldest project, an 18-hole golf course and resort along the North Sea.
Well, Scotland is a great place. It's a beautiful place, and it's an amazing country. It's also the country where my mother was born. And I have the best piece of land, according to virtually every architect that's seen it anywhere in the world.
To get in the mood for his upcoming trip, Trump is visiting the Hammerstein Ballroom inside the Manhattan Center in New York City tonight for a charity Scottish fundraiser called Dress to Kilt.
This event is the premier event. We've seen it grown over the past 5 years. There used to be 300-400 people. We've seen it grow to about 2,000. It's a great event, celebration of Scottish heritage and history in New York City.
As the Dress to Kilt red carpet fills up, many celebrities are keeping an eye out for the headliner.
I think he's wonderful. He's just provided so much great entertainment for all of us. And I don't think that many people get to enjoy amazing business and to be so well known as an entertainer. He's had a unique journey.
I know he's a man with a master plan, and he always has his eye on the prize. So, you know, maybe I can get a few pointers from him how to make my business successful one of these days.
Trump's arrival caused a stir on the red carpet.
Nice, Donald.
With topics ranging from the event itself.
Well, I just think the show is fantastic and amazing people.
To his favorable ratings in the recent presidential polls.
They look at me as somebody that will not let the world take advantage of our great country.
But he's always ready and willing to talk about his dream project in the north of Scotland.
Tremendous enthusiasm for what we're doing in Aberdeen. We're building what most consider already the greatest golf course anywhere in the world. We're here tonight for Dress to Kilt, which is a celebration of Scotland.
Donald has a great love for Scotland. You know, he's building probably the premier golf course in Scotland. It's going to be a great asset for the country, a great asset for golf.
The fun on this night includes some family, as Donald Trump Jr. and his wife arrive at the party.
Yeah, this is actually all together. Big movie star. Great ratings he's got.
Things are really happening right now in Aberdeen. It's a great tie-in. I mean, to do Dress for Kilt and to be able to bring a little Scotland to New York and a little bit of New York to Scotland like we're doing. So, you know, we have some fun with it.
See you inside, fellas.
Before we get started tonight, we'd like to introduce you to a few very special guests that are with us. Mr. The Donald and Melania Trump.
With the pleasantries out of the way, the fashion show kicked off in style.
The wonderful Amy Grant.
It's an amazing evening, but it represents Scotland and represents Scotland beautifully. So I love to go. I have a good time, really attractive people. The whole place pops.
The night is an enjoyable reminder of a project that started back in 2006 in Aberdeen. It's gone through several legal battles along the way and is now almost 1 year under construction.
All the rough work for the 18 holes are done. The 90 tee boxes are complete. You're actually seeing a golf course now. It's been a little bit of a struggle, but I'm very happy to report that construction is ahead of schedule and things in Aberdeen are going very well.
I mean, I've been over there probably every 3 weeks. Every time I go there, you can see it taking shape. I mean, before you could really always get a great feel for what the course is going to look like just because it is so natural. I think you're going to see a really massive transformation that we're really proud of.
And in 3 weeks' time, the opinion that matters most will be seen and heard throughout Scotland. Coming up, Scotland's on the horizon, but will Trump's newest purchase be ready in time to make the trip?
You worry about every moment along the way.
And Trump National Colts Neck came at a price.
I didn't steal this club. This was a pretty expensive price.
So not one, but two Trumps are checking in on the latest work.
That's what this place needed. It's another couple of 100,000 out the tubes.
Plus, a late change results in a Trump rarity.
The difference between chicken salad and chicken.
We have some fun with it. Last year I walked in the event. They actually got me in a kilt. It was a lot of fun. Really good vibe. A lot of people having a good time.
Did you want to see him wear a kilt? Of course. And he has a beautiful legs. He will look like great in it.
Only a good wife could say that.
In a few short weeks, Donald Trump will return to Aberdeen, Scotland for a checkup on his project along the North Sea. On past trips, he's arrived in style on his personal 727, complete with luxury seats, couches, tables, and a master bedroom. But this time around, he's ready for an upgrade.
I always believe that when it comes to aviation, you really should have the best. You're flying 40,000 feet up in the air. You're going 600 miles an hour. I like having the best.
The best for Trump is now residing inside this hangar in Brunswick, Georgia. This new Boeing 757, under wraps for now, was bought by Trump from fellow billionaire and Microsoft co-founder Paul Allen. The price tag has been reported in the $50 to $100 million neighborhood.
I've always liked the look of the 757, the Boeing 757, the best of any plane. It's considered by most to be one of the most beautiful planes.
Since the family's getting bigger, Don, Ivanka, Eric, everybody's older, getting married, having kids, and also the business is getting bigger. More and more buildings, golf courses, and more executives that'll need to go around with Mr. Trump to various places.
The bid to renovate Trump's new plane was won by Stambaugh Aviation, one of the largest commercial jet maintenance facilities in the United States.
A group like the Trump Organization selecting you and putting this type of project in your hands is just a great feeling. But then it sinks in the next day, all the pressure that you have to perform and get it done.
The first item was the painting of the exterior and a color scheme that would mirror Trump's current 727. The 757 that Trump purchased was predominantly blue and white, so it had to be stripped down to the metal and sprayed with several primer coats before the new colors could go on.
He's about as high profile as it gets. Painting his airplane would be about the biggest honor. We approach this airplane as if it were Air Force One. It's a one-in-a-lifetime sort of job.
And on this afternoon, a monumental moment for the crew, the unmasking of Trump's new 757.
We work on this area, we see it, we work on that area, and until you do the final unmasking, you don't really know what it looks like.
While the crew gathered for their first look at the new paint job, a crew of a different sort was fast at work about 850 miles north at Trump National Colts Neck, New Jersey, where new tee boxes are being sodded in advance of next month's USGA Amateur Qualifier.
The course is taking on a whole new dimension, and last year we put in 5 additional tees. This year we're putting in 4 more additional tees. We would eventually like to host some major events here.
Trump purchased this club, formerly named Shadow Isle, in September of 2008, reversing his own plans.
I wasn't looking to do another club in New Jersey.
Trump National Bedminster is just an hour's drive northwest. But there were too many positives for Donald to ignore at Shadow Isle.
Most importantly, the course is as good as it gets. I think there may be the best greens in New Jersey. I mean, phenomenal greens.
The demographics of the region were also appealing.
It's a very rich area, very dependent on Wall Street. Many of your big Wall Street people live in Colts Neck, New Jersey, which I liked a lot.
What he didn't like at first was the price tag. At a reported cost of $28 million, it was an unusual deal for Donald Trump.
I didn't steal this club. This was a pretty expensive price because it's such a good piece of land. It's 450 acres right smack in the middle of Colts Neck.
Plus, it featured a 75,000 square foot structure that, regardless of price, ultimately sealed the deal for Trump.
One of the things that really attracted me to this course was the clubhouse. To build a clubhouse today like this would cost you $35–40 million.
That didn't stop him from adding the Trump touch.
I spent a lot of money on this clubhouse. I just thought it was beautiful, but it was brown, and it really didn't look great from the outside. So I got what they call Augusta white. I'm a big fan of Augusta. But the difference between the brown exterior and the white is like the difference between chicken salad and chicken shit.
3 years later, with winter coming to a close, the improvements continued. Once again, Trump's son Eric is in charge.
We just never stop with the properties. They're always improving, and I think the members really are receptive to that.
Today, Eric Trump is meeting Colts Neck General Manager John Roberts and the construction team to review plans for the new projects.
Perfect. I love it.
First on the agenda, new offices for the staff, as their old space is taking on a new purpose.
We're going to make those into spa treatment rooms. So we're adding another amenity to the membership.
This is where the wall continues. The hallway ends here, and this becomes your last office. You always find these intricate little spaces that you can make into something great with some framing, some windows. We're going to put up some doors. We're going to close it. The question is, do we want to keep the same door in the same location as there, or quite frankly, can we just avoid the exit doors coming out of there altogether? I mean, is that a code issue?
No, I don't think it's a code issue.
Why are we even doing doors down there? Why don't we just have one source of exit?
As Eric and the team hashed out the plans for the office space, a familiar voice that would get the final say rang out from above.
So how are we doing, Eric?
Coming up, Trump in 2012 is the hot topic.
I just got word that I'm doing extremely well in the polls.
So maybe this plane will provide a clue for the future.
It's like Christmas. It's unwrapping a gift and seeing it for the first time.
And the project managers are on the call as the boss wants answers in Georgia.
Getting the approvals to do something like this right now would be almost impossible. Over here, if a pebble drops into a puddle, they give you the electric chair. So it's really tough. Getting approvals and getting what you have to do in this country has become really, really tough.
You do full window here, 3 inches off the brick, 3 inches off the steel.
Right. So how are we doing, Eric? It's a little halo.
When my father showed up today, he looks out over the whole team, and it's almost like God appeared. Here he is, coming down from the heavens.
Typically, a phone call suffices. But today, Donald Trump surprised his son Eric in person.
Where do you want the entrance?
There's going to be an entrance right here. There's going to be a double set of doors on the other side, and then each of these little bays become windows.
Oh, you don't need me down there, right? Okay. It's a very busy time for me. I just got word that I'm doing extremely well in the polls in terms of running for president. Other polls have come out. Despite that, I really wanted to drive out to Colts Neck to see Trump National, just to see all the projects that we've done out here.
With Trump multitasking, Eric also moved inside, continuing his business with the construction team.
Eric has got my ability to build. He conceives, he builds, and he builds for the right cause. So he's got that good gene.
He trusts his children. We were groomed by him growing up to do this job. That corner table is going to be incredible because you're going to be effectively sitting out over the lake. He's really starting to give us the reins and allowing us to make a lot of the critical decisions on the project, and it's a great honor.
But of course, his father always gets his say.
Door going out, platform, stair going down. Right. What do you have for coverage? Are you going to have a gazebo out here?
I will never be bored because of the fact that we will always be doing something in terms of tinkering or expanding.
Including a first-of-its-kind addition for a Trump golf course.
In the middle of this beautiful lake that we created, we built a green. And the green is the 19th hole.
The 19th hole, an idea sprung from a basic Trump principle, taking advantage of available real estate.
The 18th hole is so good but it's already a 570-yard hole. And if I expanded it, it would be 780 yards, which is far too much even for me. Then I say, how do I get a green to the clubhouse so there's a little action?
Everybody who plays the course plays the 19th hole to wrap it up.
It brings you right up to the clubhouse. It worked out really well. People love it, the members love it, and the course is becoming a real success.
As the discussion about the current projects continued, back in Brunswick, Georgia, 1 hour north of Jacksonville, the crew at Stambaugh Aviation was about to unmask Trump's new Boeing 757.
It's like Christmas. It's unwrapping a gift and seeing it for the first time. Get all the glass, all the windows off too. And then we'll do the stripes.
Most planes are white, and they are for a reason, because it reflects the sun a little bit better. But the black and the white combination, to me, is more beautiful, it's more regal, it's more important. I've always loved the way it looked.
The biggest challenge was the gold. We gave Mr. Trump several different samples. In fact, it took months to come up with the right gold. When we're painting it, you don't want to spill a drop. You treat it as if it was real gold.
The two men in charge of the airplane renovations, Scott Stambaugh and Sean McCabe, captured the unmasking in photos that will immediately be sent to the boss. But while the exterior is almost complete,
let's get it back to where it was.
The interior will take several more weeks.
Donald Trump said he wanted it like new. Not overhauled, not refurbished, but like new.
Trump's new plane will hold almost twice the 24 passengers that his 727 did. There will be 12 first-class VIP seats, a kitchen, and Trump's master bedroom will be accompanied by a guest bedroom. It's all enhanced by a state-of-the-art entertainment system throughout the plane.
The bedroom's going to be getting a 42-inch monitor. This is a 57-inch. And then we got a 26-inch on the aft bulkhead in the dining area.
The whole thing with this design is making everything perfect and emulating a 3,000 cubic foot auditorium. And when he's flying, he sits back, you're in a real movie theater.
An entertainment system, a lounge, a bedroom, a new cockpit, all need to be finished in 3 weeks.
There is some sleepless nights, but if you have a problem here, it's intensified because it's the Trump Organization. They expect excellence.
Coming up, it's the best laid plans in Colts Neck for father and son.
You want to get the edge as close as possible to the water.
Plus, Trump needs to know if the plans for Scotland include his new 757.
Well, how do you like the white engine, Scott?
There's always pressure to keep on schedule.
Scott, I'll see you soon.
In Brunswick, Georgia, Donald Trump's new Boeing 757 was on display. The crew is working around the clock to finish the job in time for Trump's trip to Scotland in 3 weeks. Meanwhile, the boss is along the Jersey Shore at his course in Colts Neck, checking in on his son, Eric.
My boy.
We'll grab something here.
It's my 6'6" boy.
And the progress of a few new projects at the club.
Right, the big thing is the door now brings you right down into the lake. It's beautiful. That's what this place needed. Okay, another couple of 100,000 out the tubes.
He never passes on any of that capital expense to the member. It all becomes just added value to them. And that's a tremendous attribute for a club to have.
While he had his attention, Eric wanted to confirm one last time that his father approved of the plans for the patio area out back.
So you go from here to here, right? That's going to be one hell of a space.
With that window, now that we're enclosing that, you're actually going to want to bring the canopy all the way down.
Yeah, definitely.
You know, before you wouldn't have wanted.
You want to get the edge as close as possible to the water. In other words, bring it right to the point where it starts going down at the 45 degree. Okay? Okay. Have fun. I like it.
The most rewarding part of this job, you know, isn't buying the courses. It isn't dealing with the lawyers. It's really when you get to the site and you start exploring it. This is what we love. This is what my family does. You know, we're people who like to be out of the office, on site. That's where the best work is done.
Before leaving, Trump went to see his favorite space in the clubhouse.
Hi. This is the ballroom. It's really a beautiful room with fantastic views, an outdoor terrace. It's really a special place. That's why I bought it.
With his son in control at Colts Neck, Trump is headed back to the office. But he was only in the car for a few minutes when he called down to Brunswick, Georgia to get an update on his new acquisition, a Boeing 757.
I'm hearing the plane looks absolutely beautiful. How do you like the white engine, Scott?
Oh, I love them. I think you made the right decision instead of the black.
Okay, good, because I preferred the white. I think it's sleeker looking.
Whether I build a building, a plane, a golf course, it's sort of all the same. It's attention to detail. It's an aesthetic.
They're going to come in a heavier foil was the reason I want to order from the other company.
That's what I like better, the heavier. I agree with that.
It's pretty impressive when Mr. Trump calls you to see what's going on, and I've gotten over being starstruck with it and just get down to business.
So we have full television anywhere in the world and internet systems that are the absolute top, right?
I like certain things, and the public seems to agree with me. That's why my projects are successful. Look is very important. Detail is very important.
Trump has one rather large detail to decide in just a few weeks: whether or not to run for president in 2012. Since nearly every presidential candidate in recent years has leased a 757 for size and speed, could an unassuming hangar in southeast Georgia offer a clue to Trump's decision?
Well, I'll be making a decision sometime prior to June as to whether or not to run for president. And at least one thing I know, I'll have the best plane.
That decision is months away, but the team at Stamball Aviation doesn't have the luxury of months, merely weeks. The focus now is squarely on the client.
You worry about every moment along the way. With each day, we sort of remind ourselves whose airplane we're working on.
And the deadline at hand.
There's always pressure.
Scott, I'll see you soon.
To keep on schedule, to keep on budget, to keep the production schedule moving, but we're up for the task.
And deliver to a customer that needs to get to his business and to his golf courses as quickly as possible. Aberdeen